Joining us now to discuss the benefits of supplemental needs trusts are attorneys David Schaefer and Caroline Sircone from our sponsors at Woods, Oviatt, Gilman. Welcome. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks, Chelsea.
Of course. Now, in our past segments, we've talked about trusts and the importance of them, how they work. But for our viewers that may have missed that, can you remind us what a trust is?
Sure. A trust is a legal vehicle that we create that assets are titled into. So the vehicle carries the assets, and the driver of the vehicle is the trustee. The trustee tells or is told by what's in this legal document how to distribute the assets and to whom. So it provides the rules, driving instructions, and delivery instructions.
Okay, so if a trust is a vehicle, we're breaking down the models of the vehicle today,
Yes.
starting with a supplemental needs trust. So tell us what that is and who it's designed to help.
Yeah, Chelsea, really it's for loved ones who have disabilities, whether it's a physical or mental challenge, someone who maybe they have autism, maybe they have cerebral palsy or some other disability, and they need a specific type of trust that ensures that their needs are provided for, but they also continue receiving government benefits that they may be receiving.
Okay, so kind of break down and explain how a supplemental needs trust really does protect someone's eligibility for those benefits.
Sure, and it depends on the type of benefits. So we're talking Medicaid, not Medicare, or supplemental security income, SSI. These are means tested. That's the terminology, is means tested, which means there's an asset threshold the individual can own. If they're over the threshold, they're no longer eligible for the benefits. So this type of trust supplements their needs without replacing what they're receiving through government benefits, and it protects their ability to be eligible for the benefits. So some of the things that it can pay for is what the insurance, their medical insurance and dental insurance doesn't cover, also education, but also vacations.
Oh.
So they can take a caretaker with them, and a Disney vacation can be paid for, not for the entire family and a family reunion, but for that individual and a caretaker to go on vacation. It can offer something that, and then the benefits remain intact.
Okay, this is making a lot of sense. Basically, we know that for aids and benefits, there is a threshold of how much you can make or earn. So this kind of allows people to be getting money from a loved one and taken care of without making sure they cross that threshold so
Correct.
they can still get those benefits. Okay, so what should families think about when it comes to choosing a trustee to manage supplemental needs trusts?
Yeah, well, you pick a trustee that's usually a loved one, a family member or close friend. It could be a financial institution. It just depends on the size of the trust and kind of the ins and outs of the disability and the challenges.
Okay. How can Woods, Oviatt, Gilman help people through this process?
So first of all, we would talk and meet with them, see what the actual needs are of the individual and what the wishes are of the. Sometimes it's the individual themselves making the trust, sometimes it's their loved one who wants to provide an inheritance for them. The old school way used to be that you disinherited that individual so that it didn't affect their benefits. But this is such a better way. You still provide an inheritance for them. They're not left out of your legacy plan, but we're not disrupting the benefits that they have. We also have an educational podcast. We recently released one that goes into this topic more in depth.
Two-part series. Yeah, specifically on supplemental needs trusts.
And then we meet with you and we match the needs. Again, a trust is a vehicle, and we create the directions and what they want to have it used for. And so we would just help develop that plan for the individual who we meet with.
Okay, so is a supplemental needs trust kind of a newer thing that people are learning about?
It can be. I mean, the old school way, as Caroline pointed out, was, well, if my son or daughter has severe autism, I'm just going to leave my assets to my other children. That doesn't really work for many reasons, and one of the reasons is even with the best of intentions, the siblings may not provide for their disabled loved one.
Right.
So it's been around several decades, but we're trying to get awareness out and educate people. That's part of what the podcast does and what we're trying to do today.
How can people contact you for more information?
Sure, they can check out our website. They can give us a call, 716-248-3235. and when you check out our website, our email addresses are there as well, and we'd be happy to answer any questions and set up an appointment if you're interested in delving into this topic more for your family.
And where can people find that podcast?
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you usually get your podcasts. It's called Into the Woods, Oviatt, Gilman.
Beautiful. Is there anything else you want our viewers to know before we go?
Just that we really value our clients and client communication and care, and really our job is to listen and to honor their wishes in legal documents, and sometimes not. Sometimes it's just advice on how to handle their family situation when they're talking about managing assets while they're alive and as they age, but also when they pass away, and wanting to, in this case, when we talk about supplemental needs trust, caring for a loved one that has disabilities when you're no longer there.
Yeah, listening is huge. I mean, lawyers don't have the best reputation for being good listeners. We're all guilty of it, but that's important.
Yeah. As always, great tips for our viewers. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing more. Viewers, if you want any more information on how our sponsors at Woods Oviatt Gilman can help you manage your trusts, just visit woodsoviatt.com. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you,
Thank you, Chelsea.